All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to Trinity Competitive Racing. It is the Golden Class, and we are back after our mid-season break for round 8, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We have not just one, but two races tonight. We have a sprint race and then a full feature race. We'll get into that in just a second. But I am Camden Luca, per usual, doing lead commentary for the Golden Class. But alongside me today is not TJ. It is none other than my teammate in the silver class, Jabbar. Jabbar, how's it going?
It's going well, Camden. Thank you for the introduction. Really excited to see this race tonight in the Golden Class.
Yeah, absolutely. We need a nickname for you because, you know, TJ, whenever I introduce TJ, I say that TJ's in the house, and he calls me Camden El Loco Luca. So what's your commentary nickname going to be?
I think Chabar could go as a nickname. That's not actually my real name.
Really?
Yep.
I think
Not a lot
Jabbar
of
would
people
be a
know that.
cool, like, birth name.
I've heard a lot of a lot of people name their kids after me. So, one day, in 15 years, there will be a few Chabars racing in TCR.
Well, that's because you're going to be our 5-time silver class champion.
By then, at least 5, yeah.
All right. So we do have D'Angelo out on track. He is our points leader, and he will be the first one to start a lap here. And something we do have to keep in mind with D'Angelo is that he has had a few rough weeks. The points gap has shortened, and we have 6 drivers right now that are mathematically in this championship fight.
Yeah, this is one of the most wide open driving championship races in the entire league right now. I don't know if he could afford to miss another race, so there were some rumors he wouldn't show up. He's here today, and looks like he's about to go on a hot lap and try to maintain that lead.
Yeah, I'm glad he is here tonight to race, and let's see what he does here. Turns 2 and 3. You can take this wide open in qualifying. During the race, I like to let off just a little bit. But down into turn 5, we saw a car stuck in the silver class here yesterday. It was glitched. The car went into the pits, came back out on track, and was stuck there in turn 5. And I learned that you can take a couple of different lines through that corner. So D'Angelo took that line nicely through there. But down the straightaway into turn 6 and 7, you got to watch out for the curbs right here. A pretty solid lap so far, I think.
Yeah, it looked pretty clean through the chicane. First one out there, so purple sector is all on the board.
I would hope so.
What kind of time are you looking for here, Camden?
Man, that's difficult because we had one lap time in the 23s yesterday. I assume D'Angelo will get in the 23s. Maybe D'Angelo puts up a 22. I don't think we'll see that from anybody today, but D'Angelo looking pretty good and right until there. Yep, my commentator's curse coming into play. He was. Oh, we have a car right in the middle of the track. That was a Haas. That was really
dangerous.
Close. Yeah, who was that?
Yeah, D'Angelo got a little wide at that corner I like to call Latify. One of the easiest spots to get track limits warnings in this track, in my opinion. Tough break. You love to get a banker lap in early on. And then, yeah, we don't know which Haas that was.
That was Charles. He was spun backwards, and that was a really close call, almost the end of D'Angelo's qualifying. But we do have a few people crossing the line. A lot of people, actually. Rockstar, a 1:24.4. Yep, they just keep on coming. FND Cakes, fastest now, a 1:24.3. Once again, another fastest lap time. GT Lion, 1:24.1. And, you know, GT Lion is somebody I'm looking for because whenever he finishes the races, Chabar, like, he finishes up towards the front every time.
It really does. He's a great racer to watch. Good guy, fun to race against. He's very clean. Rooting for him in the booth, as many drivers as well.
Yeah, the king of the jungle is currently the king of the Middle East right now, up at the top of the charts, and PVW and the Red Bull, P8. Yeah, we have quite the amount of nicknames. TJ and I have come up with a bunch. We got King of the Jungle for GT Lion. Dirk Shark, I call him Jaws, just because, well, Shark, I think that should be pretty obvious. And then TJ says that D'Angelo is Jello. And depending on his performance, we can either call him cold Jello, which is the tasty Jello that you take right out of the fridge, or you have that warm Jello that you leave out for a while and it just doesn't taste that good. Oh!
One of that Christmas vacation Jello.
Yes.
Did something happen?
Yeah, so Tebow is not here tonight. Turkey Whacker is reserving. He did hit the wall out of turn 2, and he has no front wing. Yeah.
Turkey Whacker, possibly his career best finish in Abu Dhabi in the silver class race last night, trying to build upon that success tonight in the golden class. Not quite right now.
Yeah, definitely. Turkey Whacker, a great job last night in a chaotic race. I mean, you, Chabar, I feel bad, man. I mean, how many races this season are you going to be in contention for a podium and something happens, someone gets into you? I won't throw out any names, but
quite a bit. This is not about me, as Dirt Shark gets onto provisional podium qualifying position with a 24.418. Good lap.
Yeah, Dirk Shark, he is somebody that you have to keep an eye on as well. One of the most consistent drivers, not just in the Golden Class, but in TCR as well, as Main Wayne goes up into P4 right behind him. But I do want to go over the points real quick because, like I said, D'Angelo is the points leader. He is about to start a lap right now. 101 points, and not far behind him is Got Any Weeb. And Dirk Shark tied for P2. Got Any Weeb, our Spanish Grand Prix winner. Tebow, like I said, not here tonight, P4, so that's huge for him.
Sorry to interrupt. D'Angelo was on a hot lap and had to avoid a car spinning in turn 3. Bad luck just got worse for D'Angelo. He's going to have to abort this lap and try to get another hot lap, his first hot lap in.
Yeah, I believe that was Giggle who was sideways in the first sector right there, and qualifying is huge today. I mean, we say that every week, but today especially because, like I said, we have 2 races. We have the sprint race coming up right after this, and then we have the full 50% race. And where you finish in the sprint race is where you're going to start for the main race.
Yeah, absolutely right. And turn 1, in any track, any race, anything can happen. And if you get taken out early in the start of the sprint race, you do get that chance to get bailed out and a second shot in the feature race, but that would be from the back of the grid.
Let's take a look at SPM. He is also a quick driver. He's gotten off to a late start this season, didn't race the first few races, but he's on a flyer. He has finished up front, and he could definitely be a contender today if he can get a lap in right here.
Yeah, he has the purple first sector. Let's see if he can continue that pace.
Like I said before, you got to watch these curbs in turns 6 and 7 right there. You want to just get on them. You don't want to go over them. That will lose you a ton of time. And straight line speed. We are going to have to look at straight line speed because in the silver class yesterday, there were certain drivers that had better speed in the corners, certain guys had better speed on the straightaways, and that could be a huge difference here, especially in the first couple of sectors where straight line speed is crucial.
Yes, it can. Sector 2, you got the 2 long straights, and SPM, yet another purple sector. This is looking like a very good lap.
Headed through... I hate to say it. Yeah, I know. I don't want to say it, but that's the Latify Corner. That's what we're calling that corner today. And out onto the front straight, gets a little sideways.
Little spin.
Oh, man, he would have gotten P1 if it weren't for that. I am
if it wasn't for that little
that.
spin, 4 1,000s. That's the difference. That's the difference between P1, P2. Still a front row provisional position. Great lap, nevertheless.
Yeah, F&D Cakes going a little off-road racing here. He got sideways. Not the first driver in this session to lose the back end of the car through turns 2 and 3. So F&D Cakes at the front right now, but he's got a lot of work for him. But D'Angelo will get ahead of GT Lion barely, a 124.16.
Wow, this is really shaping up to be quite the race between the real front runners in this league.
Per usual.
Turns 2 and 3 you mentioned, spins. Both those turns, as well as the Latify Corner, are quite off camber and can catch any driver out on a bad on a bad day.
Oh, and look at this GT Lion. He says, nope, I'm going to take back my throne. The king of the jungle going back to P1. D'Angelo, he was he was first for all about 10 seconds right there.
About 10 seconds until you heard that lion roar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, watch out for GT, man. I mean, as long as he and D'Angelo aren't crashing into each other on the start, they are always at the front. You know, we saw in Spain the two of them collided, and that's really been the only time that GT hasn't been finishing towards the front.
You're right. Dirt Shark's starting a hot lap right now. He's another driver that could creep up into the front row, given a good lap. He has it in him.
Oh, definitely. And through Sector 1, he's about even on his previous lap, so that doesn't really mean much, but it is something to look for. I do want to shout out B-Tom. He says, you're the 5-time Platinum champion. I said that you're going to be a 5-time Silver champion. He thinks you're going to go straight up to Platinum and take his throne away.
Well, yeah. Well, those kids are going to take more than 5 years to grow up, so I'll have 5 Silver and 5 Platinum under my belt. I might skip Golden. We'll see.
You're going to go straight from Silver to Platinum.
After a quintuple Pete, possibly.
Seafreeze might have something to say about that, but Rockstar, P2. And Rockstar, he is another consistent driver, has not won a race yet. He's been close a couple of times this season, but he is sitting there in 5th in points, tied with Tebow for 4th. So as long as Rockstar just does something today, he's going to get ahead of Tebow in the standings.
Yeah, Rockstar, he finished on the podium here last year, P3. Can he repeat that success?
I mean, based on that lap time, he definitely looks like he can. I mean, we've seen 2 guys get in the 123s, which is one more than yesterday, but I don't know. Are we going to get like a low 23, or do you think we're going to stay within like maybe a 0.6 or 0.5 for the pole?
Anything's possible. As the track evolves, we still got a few minutes. I don't know how many, because of a yellow flag. Do you see this? Oh, 5 minutes left. There's still time for another hot lap, or not 2 per person, but I think we have not. I'll go out on a whim. We haven't seen the pole lap yet.
Ooh, okay. Whoa, Charles,
oh,
whoa!
No.
The Haas has nearly collided on pit entry, and that is a disqualification from the session for Charles. That is unfortunate. He was sideways trying to get back into the pit lane, and he's out of the session, and his car is taking off some of his wing for him. Oh! Insult to injury? That was Turkey Whacker, who just gave more insult to injury for the Haas driver.
You hate to see that. Sir Charles, Season 12 Silver Champion, hasn't had the season he would like thus far. Had some issues adjusting to the game. I hate to see that. I do wonder, what does that mean? Does that mean he starts last in the sprint race? Not feature race, right?
Correct. So he's going to start last for the sprint race, but that will put him in a really bad spot for the main race, because like I said, wherever you finish in the sprint race is where you're going to start for the main race.
Yeah, not ideal. However, if something happens up ahead of him and he can avoid it, he can catch a break still. Sprint race, by the way, I don't know if you mentioned, that's 10 extra laps.
Yes, yeah, so the sprint race will be 10 laps, and then don't go for a popcorn break, bathroom break, or anything, because right after that we get right into the 50% race, and the 50% race is what we do every week. So this scheduled program will be a little bit longer than usual, but that's what we're here for. So stay up a little bit late, get your popcorn, your drinks, and we're going to be here for a while.
It's a marathon, not a sprint, but it is a sprint. It's a sprint race.
Yes, this is the one time that quote does not apply. F&D Cakes on a lap right now. We saw his previous attempt. He spun out in the first sector, but he's headed through turn 9 right now. Takes that in 5th gear. I like to go into 6th
Purple sector.
gear. Yeah, he's looking
Purple
quick.
Sector.
I like to take that in 6th gear because you can get on throttle a lot quicker, and honestly, like, about halfway through turn 9, I go full throttle. like throughout the entire corner exit there,
Okay.
I go full throttle. So I take that pretty aggressive, and FNZ Cakes, he decided to go 5th gear through there, but coming to the finish line out of the final corner, this is going to be a good lap. Yep, P3.
P3. Yeah, I take turn 9 in 5th gear, and I don't go full throttle. But then again, I'm not the one that won both races last night, so...
Yeah, I wonder who that was.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
some washed up silver driver, probably.
See Rizzy about to start a hot lap. See Rizzy, he's been qualifying pretty well all season and just hasn't been able to put it all together in the race. Curious to see what he can put together here.
Yeah, and on this game especially, qualifying pace is so much different from race pace. It's there's so much of a difference there. But Matt Rufer, he is going to come to the line next. He is in P12 right now in that Alfa Romeo. Let's see what he can do here at the line. Up to P11, a 129 or 124.9.
P11, that's one position outside of the points in the feature race. However, the top 8 receive points in the sprint race.
Correct. Oh my goodness, D'Angelo, what happened there? Oh, so
no.
He crashed out of the pit lane, or right by the pit lane, and he was clearly blocking it. He's got no front wing, and he is out of qualifying. Not only out, but he's going to start at the back. I mean...
Oh, that's a terrible
man.
break.
And Gordo is out as well. That is in that same area. We're going to have to watch for that area. Turn 2, that left-hander.
It's a very tricky pit exit. If that's on turn 2 also tricky, but it's also a tricky pit exit. I'm not sure which one
right here
caught Gordo.
Yeah, I mean it's it's that same area. Gordo and D'Angelo both right in that corner, and you know, like I said, you can go flat out through there in qualifying in turns 2 and 3, but you have to have the most perfect line. As GT is putting up perfect lines, a 123.7.
Had not yet seen the pole.
You called it.
We gotta say, absolutely gut it for D'Angelo. If there's any silver lining, he has 10 extra laps to make up those positions.
Can you say that again?
Absolutely gut it.
There you go. Ooh, you know what? Fire Up Flow. I want to pay attention to him right here. He's in P5 right now, which is going to be good for him to start the sprint race. He's 11th in points, so he could definitely use a handful of points, and we'll have to see what kind of time he puts up.
I was going to say the same thing about his teammate, Gordon Weeb. Very consistent driver in that championship race. Won here last year. Currently P10 on a hot lap. Maybe Gordon Weeb has something to say about tonight.
He does improve, a 124.4
into the sprint points.
Yes,
provisional.
But probably not where he wants to start. Let's go back up to his teammate right here. Let's see what he's doing. He's out of turn 9, headed into turns 13 and 14 here. Actually, turn 12. About to go into turns 13 and 14, which is the Latify area, as we like to call it.
I don't think he's on a hot lap. He had a low ear rest earlier.
Yep, he's backing off, so we'll pay attention to SPM. SPM is almost half a second better on his lap. This could be good enough for the pole if he can have a good Sector 3.
He rides that curb cautiously into the off-camber Latify corner. Can he get on throttle well? Yes. Very cleanly, nicely done.
Into turn 16 to the finish. This
no
is going to be
spin
close. He got it.
There
SPM, a 123.6, top of the chart.
Yeah, he didn't wheel spin in the final turn that time. That could have been a difference.
And that was a last-second, last shot for the win, or in this case for qualifying, because that will do it. Nobody else is on a lap. SPM at the last second gets the pole in the Aston Martin ahead of the likes of GT, Lion, and Rockstar. That was a great lap.
What a lap, and we finished with 4 drivers in the 23s.
Wow. Yeah, I mean...
the Jordan lap.
Literally, yeah. I mean, that was...
their Albon lap.
I think the Jordan lap, I think that's more appropriate. I mean, that was just... best lap all day happened at the last second, the last driver on a lap, and you know what? We have 2 predictions to do today, so this is.
I was just wondering that. Yeah.
I'm jumping in joy right now. Predictions for the sprint, Jabbar. You go first.
Do I have to predict both races or just the sprint for now?
Just the sprint for now, and then once the sprint.
Okay, just the sprint. I give me Iguodala. I want to take GTR Lion first. I will take SPM second.
Yep.
I feel like Dirt Shark finds his way up there. That's my 3.
Okay. I am going to go with GT Lion for the sprint win. I'm going to go Rockstar P2, and I'm going to go SPM P3. I think it's going to be the same top 3 we see right now, just kind of jumbled around, you know? Like, it's almost like Yahtzee. Like, I'm putting all the dice in the Yahtzee, and I'm just shaking it up, and then I'm just rolling it and seeing what happens. Is that a good analogy, or could I have used something else?
Let's roll with it. No formation lab. We don't have time.
Right. Yeah, no formation lap. And yeah, like I said, you know, it's going to be interesting for these drivers because once you start the sprint race, really, like, you're going all the way until the end of the main race, because once the sprint race ends, we're going right into the 50% race.
Yeah, I'm getting report from the chat. D'Angelo got disqualified for trying to leave room for Roofer as Roofer was on a hot lap. D'Angelo tried to stay out of the way and got disqualified for just slowing down in front of the pit lane. Really hate that, but so unfortunate.
Yeah, and you know, this is not. D'Angelo needs to get something. He needs to find a way to at least get a point, because if, say, he gets 8th in this sprint race, he's only going to be starting 8th for the main race. So he needs to get as many spots as possible here to try and set himself up for the 50% race and just do kind of damage control right now.
Yeah, and not really a pit strategy when it comes to sprint race. I expect to see everyone on medium tires for the whole stint. So no funny business in that regard, just pure pace.
For sure. All right, here we go. We got 3, 4, 5 red lights. Long hold and lights out, and away we go from the sprint race here in Abu Dhabi. Let's take a look at who gets a good start. SPM gets off the line better than GT Lion. Rockstar down into P3. FND takes P4. Everybody getting off the line cleanly. There's a huge swarm of cars in the midfield. The Ferrari, Gandhi Weeb, Dirk Shark exchanging positions. D'Angelo, how did he get up to P10 already? A great start for the Mercedes.
That's exactly what we were talking about. You just set the goal of P8, get a point, set yourself up for the sprint race. He's already in P9.
Look at this. Looking
Lion
like,
with a little wheel spin on the start, conceding the lead to, or giving SPM the better start.
Oh, look at this. D'Angelo going for 2 spots in 1 right there. Got by Dirk Shark, trying to get by Gandhi Weave. That was close. And like we said, he is in his target P8 after half a lap. That is insane. He has gained, how many spots? He has gained 10 spots off the start.
Oh, no.
What's happened to GT?
Lion has left the session. I don't know. Must be a connection thing. Hopefully he can get that sorted out and join back in. Segrist has also left. Both PC drivers.
Oh, everyone behind him
being obstructed by Lion's car, yeah.
Yeah, careful here, trying to get by. This is going to check him up, fire up. Flo is right behind him, and there is a huge train of cars. Man, this is looking like Daytona back here in the midfield. SPM
is off. I was going to say off to the races. That is exactly what we're doing here. But with Lion disconnecting, that AI slows down, is going to hold up a bunch of cars. That just leaves Rockstar and Cakes ahead of him currently. Can Rockstar get within a second to try and get that DRS?
Oh, Giggle and Dirk Shark nearly collided right here. This is tight going down into turn 5. Are we seeing 3 wide? Close to 3 wide. And it looks like Gotney Weave gets away with that.
Well, there was no turn 1 incident, but there's no shortness of madness on these early laps.
Yeah, no kidding. Main Wayne is having trouble getting by GT Lion's AI car. They are side by side. out of turn 7. And look at this, a cluster of cars right here. Oh my gosh, D'Angelo, fire up flow. They are nearly 3 wide right there. 3 wide into turn 9. Don't do that. Oh, and GT Lions AI car somehow lets everyone else by. They are still side by side for this P5 spot. And Main Wayne gets into P4, fire up flow P5, D'Angelo P6. I don't think that's going to stay, though. I mean, there are overtakes everywhere.
The Main Wayne got around line first, but he's already 3.5 seconds behind Cakes in P3. That's the gap that the AI caused. Oh, looks like someone had some issue in turn 9.
Yeah, Matt Roofer.
Turn 9, the Latify Corner.
Yeah, Latify Corner got a lot of people yesterday. Matt Roofer goes around there, but I mean, this is insane. Like, 10-lap race, this is what you get. Like, just everyone going for it. Oh, GT's car. Man, that was something.
Yeah, there was the issue of the AI being too aggressive on defense. I think the fix was to slow down the AI. However, now it's still aggressive and holding up people even more.
Look at D'Angelo here for that 5th spot on Fire Up Flow. He has used so much battery here. Main Wayne going defensive. Contact there between those two cars. They go off the track. D'Angelo gets both positions.
Yeah, I think the stewards might have a look at that one.
Oh, close racing between Fire Up Flow now and Rizzy. I mean, man, like, they're racing like, you know, their lives are on the line right here. I mean, this is insane.
Their lives are not, but there are 8 points.
Yeah, every point matters, man. I mean, this point in the season, like, you got to get everything.
It really does, especially we said there's 6 or 7 drivers with a legitimate chance. Every point does matter, and every point you get is a point that your opponent doesn't.
Correct. Gordo.
I think that the fastest car will win this race.
That's a good analogy. Yeah, right now, the fastest car is looking like SPM. I mean, he is almost 3 seconds on Rockstar, but Rockstar maybe not showing as great of a pace because FND Cakes is right on his tail.
DRS should be enabled now. I wonder if FND Cakes held on long enough to get that advantage on him.
We'll take a look, see if he can get by. Yeah, and he does not have much battery, though. Rockstar has saved a lot of battery.
You're right. He has, but you do get the double DRS here, so Cakes is not anxious to dive into that chicane as he's going to get another DRS here and possibly look for a move into turn 9.
Yeah, he did not get a great exit, though, out of turn 7, so I think that move will have to wait a little bit. This battle in the midfield is still going on. Oh.
Gordo dropping spots.
Where is he at? That's out of turn 7.
He looks like he spun leaving the chicane, it appears. Potentially an incident, I don't know.
Now, I did not notice this. Turkey Whacker put on the soft tires.
Oh. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Very. I don't think that's going to work out for him.
I don't think so. We made in the silver class race had softs go like 7 or 8 laps, but that was with a safety car. At this rate, I don't anticipate a safety car. I don't think anyone would pit on the mediums on a safety car. Good guinea pig for the Platinum Race drivers, but
contact there! Gandhi Weeb getting into Dirk Shark! There was not enough room in turn 2, and both of them have gone around. That is unbelievable.
That's brutal.
That was him and Rizzy going for the position. Gandhi Weeb had a good run, and you keep mentioning incident reports. That might be another one right there.
Like I said, Gandhi Weeb, very consistent driver, won here last year. This is not helping his case to defend the race title.
No, definitely not. And Dirk Shark, I think he got the worst end of that. He's got no front wing. Look, oh, 3 wide, 3 wide. AlphaTauri sandwich, Giggle in the middle. That was interesting. Somehow, both AlphaTauris get ahead of the Williams car, and they are still side by side. Look at this in the turn 12. Giggle right there in P10. And you look right behind them, E-Rex. He's getting up there, Chabar.
He is. Segrist, one of the disconnected drivers, looking to get back into the race. I don't know if you can try and invite him back in.
Yep.
I don't have him on my list.
Yep.
As his car gets an overtake on Sir Charles.
Yep, I'll get GT Lion back in here as well, and then we should.
And they're going 3 wide. Sir Charles, Segrist, and E-Rex go into the turn Max overtook Lewis in. I don't know what number it is.
That would be turn 5.
Ah, yeah, great turn.
All right, we should be good to go. What is happening here as we rejoined the session right here?
I saw Turkey ghosted. I don't know what's happening.
Gosh, oh, there's contact. That's Charles's car going off.
Charles spinning.
Yeah, and PBW gets by.
Oh,
there's a Mercedes going around. Turkey whacker in the wall.
Turkey.
What happened there? Man, that was just chaos. I know, there were so many cars there in that one spot.
I have no color to add to that incident. I have no idea what happened.
I don't know, just absolutely crazy. But we do start the 7th lap, and FND Cakes, he hasn't quite gotten by, and Turkey Whacker is around again. SPM is pulling away. I mean, he might be the favorite for the main race. I mean, if I'm going to pick anybody, I'm going to pick him for the race. Like, he is flying.
Almost a 5-second gap in 7 laps. Hard to bet against that. FND Cakes hasn't gotten past Rockstar, but D'Angelo hasn't really been catching him either. And D'Angelo going from P18 to P4 clearly has pace, so good on them as well.
Yeah, and the field started to spread out a little bit. Giggle's still in P9, right behind Ben Swerve, and we saw that 3 wide AlphaTauri sandwich, but he's looking to try and get the meat of the sandwich right here. Goes low, thinks better of it, goes to the high side, and gets the move done. Turkey is out in the pits, it looks like.
Can't help but wonder if those softs got a little hot and degraded.
Absolutely.
Ben Swervin looking to get into points on Giggle.
Yeah, let's take a look. He is in P9, right behind P8. And that battle, a little sideways right there. That battle's still going. We have, we got to watch out for this here. So, yesterday we saw a glitch where a car, okay, he's off the track. We had a car sitting in turn 5. So, that won't happen today. But we do have to keep in mind when cars do retire, come out of the pits, we have seen some sort of issue with that.
Yeah, drivers did not know whether or not they could go through the car or if it would cause damage. Eventually, you could go through it, but you don't. In a game where ghosting is off, that's not a risk you want to take.
No, definitely not. And you know, I'm just really surprised, Chabar. Like, we saw all that chaos before, and the field is so spread out now. Like, I think everyone kind of just destroyed each other, and then they got on with it.
Yeah. We've had a few drivers drop towards the back with some big incidents, and not a lot of action going on. Besides Ben Swerve still trying to overtake Giggle with no ERS.
Yeah, and we got a couple battles.
9.
Yeah, Giggle swerving, that was close. Got any weave? Charles, that is close, still side by side. Not quite clear, still side by side into turn 12. Ooh, this is a good shot right here. Oh, that's close right there. Got any weave using up Charles, and he's got the position.
As well as Ben Swervin, looks like he has made the overtake.
Oh, PVW! That was a good camera shot of that. He goes around in the Latify Corner. That Latify Corner getting a workout today.
Only the greatest crash in that turn.
By the greatest Formula 1 driver to exist. Lewis Hamilton. Alright, so FND Cakes, man, he's just kind of staying. This is reminding me of my battle with Blinn yesterday. I think one of them. Oh, commentator's curse coming into effect right there. He lost a lot of time right there. One of them has better straight line speed than the other because they're kind of just staying there. Nobody is closing in on one or the other. Nobody's pulling away. They're kind of just staying.
It might be Rockstar as Cakes gets the DRS advantage, and Giggle currently with the DRS advantage trying to take the position back from Swervin for that sprint race point.
Oh, that's close. And yep, this battle has been going on for ages, and Ben Swervin gets the better end of that. We'll see if Giggle has anything to say. Like you said, this is the last point spot up for grabs here in the sprint race as we are now on the final lap. And Giggle.
Final lap, 6.7 second gap by SPM.
Yeah, SPM
really
is
a world-class drive.
Seriously, man, and think about it, like a 10-lap race, and he's got a 7-second gap. This is just like Max Verstappen on Sunday, where we had, 40 minutes at the end of the race, and he got a 26-second gap? Just unbelievable pace.
Yeah, very good. Giggle, a little more ERS than Ben Swervin, will have the 2 DRSs to make a final lap overtake for that final point.
Charles has gone around in turn 2, but we mentioned Giggle. He's using the DRS. He's going to save some of that battery. I think that's actually not a bad strategy.
Saving it for the second straight.
Yeah, that's actually a good move. I like that a lot. He's going to be in a good spot.
Ben Swervin blew his battery load a little early, I think.
Oh! There he goes in the wall! Giggle around. He was pushing it too hard.
Giggle, antsy to make the overtake. Got on the throttle too hard, too early, leaving that chicane and spun it. He's lucky not to have DNF'd into that wall.
A dominating sprint race from SPM, 7 seconds to the next guy behind him. SPM wins the Abu Dhabi sprint race. Oh, Fire Up Flow is around. So all of these drivers going for every point they can get. Fire Up Flow still in that 8th spot. He's got Erect on him going for that last point. Who's going to get it? Into turn 16.
Oh.
To the line. It's Fire Up Flow getting that spot.
Erect cannot get up into P8 there. Tough break. He doesn't get the point, but P9 is a pretty good quality spot for the feature race.
Matt Roofer finishing the race backwards.
Style points do not count, but bring it up with Seafreeze. We might have to implement that.
Yes, bring up with Lord Freeze as Dirk Shark is going burnouting here. Is that a word, burnouting? It should be a word.
I think burning out is more grammatically correct, but the verdict is out.
That could mean something else.
That's true. It's an ambiguous term. It's like the ending of Inception. You get to pick your own adventure.
The safety car is going to race Dirk Shark here in the pits. Not sure what the safety car is. He's going out on track with Dirk Shark. Okay. Yeah, the safety car is ready for the main race. Okay. So we are not taking a break.
Again, his warm up.
Predictions, Shabar. Go.
How can you bet against SPM right now? I think he wins. I think D'Angelo gets up to P2 and Rockstar gets P3.
Who do I go with here? SPM. Yeah, I'm gonna pick him. Probably a bad decision. I'm sorry, SPM, if you don't win now because I picked you, but he's been on the podium the past few weeks and his pace is just so good. Like, I gotta pick him for the win. I'm gonna go with I gotta go D'Angelo P2. He gained so many spots off the start. And I'm going to pick GT Lion P3. He had a disconnection. He should hopefully be back for this race. I sent him an invite. And unfortunately, you all saw my friends list, so you saw some interesting names there. I can tell by looking at the chat. But yeah, that's my podium. Yeah, you guys.
Interesting situation we're in here, where we actually get to study some film. We have intel on how these drivers are performing at the track, and I like the tape on SPM.
Yeah, SPM. He's got He's got a good mixtape.
We have a prediction in the chat. B-Tom predicts that the safety car will go from last to first.
Well, I mean, probably, with how things have been in the sprint race, and I think we're going to see at least 2 safety cars. I mean, it's going to be just a crap show.
If you're a gamble man, here's another over under 3.5 laps behind the safety car.
Over, under, I gotta go. I think there's gonna be more than that. Are you kidding me? Like, I mean, that's basically saying, are we gonna get more than 1 safety car?
Yep.
All right. So, if you didn't go anywhere, good, because we are back right away for the main race. 5 red lights are out, lights out, and away we go from the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Who is going to get off the line better than everybody else? SPM and Rockstar side by side down into turn 1. The Mercedes right there. They're 3-1. Contact made. D'Angelo goes sideways. A Ferrari's in the wall behind them. And that is madness off the start. That is Fire Up Flow who went around. PBW is back there. Gordo's back there. And PBW has a penalty. D'Angelo got sideways off the start. F&D Cakes has a penalty. What is going on here? They're side by side for P2 now. And D'Angelo lost so many positions. A car has gone around. F&D Cakes is spinning out of turn 5. I mean, there's another car that's slow. GT Lion. What is going on?
This could cause some issues. People might get caught with the overtaking under safety car due to that spinning car.
The Delta has shut everybody's pace down. I mean, look at this mob of cars right here. Everybody trying to slow down for the Delta. It is a VSC. Man. I don't even know where to begin.
Codemasters has to fix... Let's start with Codemasters has to fix that Delta. You can't have cars stopping just to meet it.
Oh.
Ignoring yellow flag, that's what I was talking about. I think some cars got caught in that... whatever that traffic effect is called of cars stopping and that car spinning. Not the clean start we had last race. D'Angelo down to P10.
Yeah, terrible
guy,
start.
You were watching Fire Up Flow in the back now, not the start he was looking to have.
Yeah, just and we still have a close battle at the front after everybody crashed. I mean, there had to be at least 5 cars that went around right there. We still have a close battle between the top 5 cars.
Oh, I didn't realize that was only a virtual safety car. I was going to say, I hope you smashed the over on the safety car laps, but there was no safety car to follow. So it's still at 0 for those keeping track at home.
And look at the penalties already after the first lap. We have a ton of penalties. F&D Cakes 10 seconds, GT 5, Got Any Weep 5, PVW has 5.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got to wonder if that's 2 5-second penalties. I don't know what he could have done to get 10 seconds here.
It's got to be. And we have seen some position changes off the start. One of them, a Turkey Whacker, Dirk Shark exchanging more positions right here. Going for this spot. Dirk Shark, another issue. He had an issue in the sprint race, and now he's trying to go into recovery mode once again.
I wanted to bring attention to the tires out on the track. Most drivers out on the medium. In P5, we have reserve driver Ben Swerven starting on the hard tire. His friend Segrist took that strategy in the Silver Class race last night, which resulted in a victory on track that he lost due to a penalty that is being under investigation. So maybe given a good safety car that can work in his favor, that's something to look out for towards the end of this race.
Turkey Whacker has gone around. So not a good start from Turkey Whacker. One of the reserves. Segrist is out. Another reserve driver.
Yeah, he was disconnected for a lot of that sprint race. I don't know if he must have been able to get back enough to quit.
Yeah, I tried getting him in here. He had a very interesting, different EA name than his actual tag. I don't need to repeat it, but Gordo is in the pits. He's got a wing change. One of several drivers here who have come into the pits. Fire Up Flow came in and pitted for hards. PBW pitted for mediums.
The position change. No big winners. Rizzy up 3 into P3 must be the biggest winner. Dirt Shark and Turkey up 4 positions. Roofer up 3 as well. The big losers, those at the back, as well as D'Angelo, who lost 4, and F&D Cakes, who lost 3 and has a plethora of penalty.
Yeah. And, hey, we said it before. SPM, you want to do over-unders. What's the over-under that SPM will have a 30-second gap by the end of this race?
I'm going under. Anything can happen. Any safety car will negate that lead. I'm not hitting it over on 30 seconds.
I might have to say he's going to get more. At this rate, like...
You want to curse him at this rate.
I do. I don't know if he can stop that, though. His pace is so good. SPM just... this is his place.
In 4 laps.
Yeah, that's crazy. And like I said, the front few cars did not have an issue. These first 5 cars have gotten away from everybody else. They did not have an issue. SPM is beating everybody on raw pace.
How about Rizzy, though? We were talking about how he's qualified well, but hasn't had good luck in the races. Up in P3 within DRS of Rockstar, maybe looking to make a move in this next straight.
He is 13th, or that's his teammate. Rizzy is... Where's Rizzy? Where's Rizzy at? Rizzy's in 16th. Okay, yeah, so that proves my point even more. This could be a huge points day for Rizzy here, and really for Alpine in general. Like I said, they're both around the midfield in the driver points, so Alpine looking to make some huge strides today.
Around the midfield in points, P3, P6 currently. This would be a big result for Alpine.
Yeah, absolutely, and it could be P2 right here. He is faster than Rockstar right now. Especially, I've noticed through this section right here, so maybe Rizzy's got less of a straight line car, more of a cornering car, and he's looking to make a move here on Rockstar. And, you know, like you said before, man, Ben Swervin, he is a reserve, but the fact that he is on those hard tires in 5th place, I mean, he is looking for potentially a podium.
It's very impressive. He avoided all the lap 1 hubbub going on. He's in a good spot. He managed to keep the gap within a DRS. So as long as he can keep getting towed along with that DRS, he's just outside of the second, but he got DRS.
F&D Cakes around in turn 5, just as we were praising him. Oh, he's having such a good run. You know, Alpine. There it is, and he's gone around.
Tough. But he's P8. That's not the worst spin you could have. That's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Considered, well, all things considered, he has those penalties, so not great, but could have been worse.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he kind of did just a 360 and keep going, kind of a pulling his inner Max Verstappen out.
He doesn't want to be outdone on the style points. He heard the whispers that you're getting style points are being awarded.
I am giving out style points to the best spinner. Oh my gosh, there's some style points for Erex. And he almost collected another car, and that is looking like a virtual safety car, question mark. We got a full course yellow. It looks like a virtual safety car, and you know,
virtual.
No, I think we're good actually. It showed a full yellow, but we are not under any sort of safety car, but yeah, that's let's keep a tally. Since we're keeping like over-unders, we're keeping style points, let's just keep a tally of how many times I put a camera on a driver and they spin out. I'm going to put a bet on freaking 50 at this point. Like,
yeah, I can't count that high. Rizzy, once again, I gotta stop saying that, but like, maybe we need a code name for Rizzy trying to overtake Rockstar on the straights. Maybe.
Ooh, I like this camera. I like this camera. Yeah, we'll have to be sure not to curse him here.
Oh,
I love this camera angle.
He's sniffing the muffler.
I would not want to do that. Carbon monoxide poisoning? Question mark.
Gasoline, a very popular scent.
It is. Just don't get addicted to it. I do not recommend making that a hobby to sniff gasoline.
I don't recommend that, but I do recommend that move Rizzy that just did to take P2, and he looks like he made it stick.
Oh, no. Safety car. There's our first. So add on to the laps of safety car that we have today. This is our first safety car.
We had 0 behind the safety car.
Yeah, I know.
SPM goes in. Interesting.
Yeah.
Rizzy stays out.
Oh, careful. Gordo's car is still not ghosted. Yeah, this is not an ideal time for these drivers because now you're going to be thinking about taking the hard laps, 22 laps. I mean, that is pushing it. Like, we'll have to see what that does. SPM, Rockstar, Main
That's a
Wayne.
lot of laps on hard.
It really is. Man.
If you're going on the hards now, a safety car later in the race would really help you out. Although I think you only get one medium, so if that safety car comes too early, you want that safety car to come late enough to get into the softs, which would be, oh no.
Oh, and guess whose camera I was on? Oh man, add that onto the tally. That's another driver I've cursed, but
F&D cakes,
man,
pummeled by penalties. Again, is that another one? I just got it again.
No, I think that's just the same thing, but yeah, it's just a shame though. I mean, like, he was in a good spot, and we would have seen what would have happened if he, because he's gonna stay out here, where he would compare with everybody else. Man, that's a shame. And GT Lion, you know, GT probably should have pitted right there to get those penalties removed. I don't know why he's still on track.
Is GT back in the race? I must have missed that.
I don't know. I did get him an invite, so he.
Okay. Hopefully he is.
I did, but.
I think the cars. I think that AlphaTauri is doing too well to be the AI. So, hopefully he got back in.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But he's up there in P6. He's got some time penalties to his name. Turkey Whacker out of the session. So we've had some disconnects here in this lobby. That's not the first one. We've had several of them so far.
I've got a question.
Yes.
Who do you like in a fight, in a battle? A 7-lap-old medium or a 1-lap-old hard?
I'm going with the mediums because think about it. Okay, let's clarify. Are these hard tires warmed up?
As well as you can on a safety car, yes.
I'm going to go with the medium tires because really I think it's around lap 8 or 9 to where you really start to see the fall off, just from what I experienced yesterday. And they do fall off quick though. Like I pitted on lap 11 going into lap 12, and you know, the mediums on 7 laps, they're not perfect, but I would take them over the hard tires. I think they're just a little bit better than fresh hards. Not by much.
But in the safety car, they will be at least 8, maybe 9-lap-old mediums. That being said, it will have been 2 laps in the safety car, which isn't as intensive on a tire, but curious to see. I think it could be a pretty level playing field. Increasingly in the hards advantage.
Yeah, but you know what? So now that we have gotten, wait a minute, how is F&D Cakes not in the lead? If he stayed out, how is he not? Am I missing something?
Rizzi and Swervin also stayed out.
Okay. Alright, yeah. No, I was thinking about something else. Yeah, I was having a stroke right there. SPM is who I was talking about. So SPM, the fact that he came into the pits there, he's gonna have to do some overtaking, and we've only seen SPM at the front during the sprint race and now the first few laps of this race. So can SPM get by these guys, or will anybody else be able to challenge him like Rockstar? Can Rockstar stay with SPM now that SPM has some traffic in front of him?
Yeah. SPM, I think in both races so far, has been able to gap the 1 second DRS before it was enabled. These cars ahead of him may inhibit that. How about Sir Charles? Back him to P8, stayed out. If you could, I think staying out could still be the winning strategy. Well, at least on the hards, which a lot of these drivers are. Staying on mediums, I don't know about. But the drivers who stayed on hards, given the way this race breaks with potentially another safety car and when that might be, I kind of like drivers out on the hards. So Ben Swervin in a good position. That being said, SPM is just 2 positions behind him and has been lights out today.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how well Ben Swerven can hold these golden drivers off, because like I said, he is a silver driver. Man, they are not pulling the Kimi Räikkönen here. They are warming up their tires profusely. Man, they were using the whole track right there, and that's what you got to do, though. I mean, you got to get these tires warmed up, but you know, unless if you're Kimi, then you don't need to. But
such a good visual, Kimi just going down the straight with every car snaking around.
Safety car in this lap, so Rizzi will have control over the restart. We'll see what kind of pace he puts up here, going about 50 miles an hour, speeding up just a little bit, and we will see where he goes. Jabbar, where do you think he should accelerate?
As a car that never leads, I have no idea.
Yeah, okay. So, since I did lead yesterday, I did go right before the final corner. I picked it up right through turn 16, and then that was where I accelerated. I don't like pulling a professional and going right before the finish line. That's just my thing, but we'll see what Rizzi does right here. Rizzi's still going pretty slow. He's speeding up about half throttle. There he goes. He accelerating, and we are back underway. Oh, F&D Cake's a little wide right there. He will have to serve a penalty. Ben Swerven trying to make something happen. Not enough room. Oh no, there goes Rizzi out of the lead. And he is down into P2. Oh, contact there between the teammates. And that is trouble for the Alpine.
SPM gets past just one. Could be. Oh, Ben Swerven looks like he was required to give it back.
Oh,
illegal overtake maybe.
So we just had a retirement. Giggle, he was not retired before he hit the wall. He just retired on track. We'll see if that's a safety car or VSC. I think we're still good to go. But take a look at this at the front here. Oh, this is side by side between Rizzi and Ben Swerven. We saw Rizzi go off a little bit in turn 1.
Oh, SPM right behind them gets a bit of a tank slapper going into the chicane. Loses some time, but crisis averted.
Man, I love that camera angle. Headed down into turn 9, side by side for the lead. Ben Swerven, Rizzi.
Wide line.
The switchback for Ben Swerven. He does not quit on that move. He's going for the position. He's got the lead.
Yeah.
You like that?
See if you can keep it stick. Yeah, that was good. And was that the 9-lap hards over the 9-lap mediums?
I don't know, because you have SPM here, and there goes F&D Cakes into the pits to serve his drive-through. Yeah, Ben Swerven, he got by Rizzi. Rizzi did make a mistake, but he's looking pretty quick right now. Whoa, look at this. GT Lion. Oh, D'Angelo making a move. He's going to go for 2 overtakes right here into turn 2. Can he do it? Oh my gosh, they are making that work side by side. Oh, contact slightly, and D'Angelo, he's got 2 positions right there. Good stuff.
And I have confirmation GT Lion is out of the race. He was asking for an invite to retire in the pits. Very, like I said, very courteous of him.
Yeah. Whoa.
But it's the 9-10 laps, that's when the mediums really start to drop off. They're not dead yet, but they're really going to be dying quick, as Ben Swerven has just about a second on Rizzi.
I did give GT multiple invites, so I can't really do anything else about that. But Fire Up Flow.
I did too. I don't think it's working.
Yeah, Fire Up Flow for the last point going on Matt Roofer. That's good defending by Matt Roofer into turn 9. We've seen several side-by-side battles. Matt Roofer will think better of it.
If this race stays green to the end, SPM Rockstar D'Angelo, I think, was my prediction. And they'd be in a good spot, is all I'm saying.
What's going on with Charles? Off the track, back on the track, and he's lost several spots. Matt Roofer, yeah, he's got some sort of damage, it looks like. He's coming into the pits. Tough break. He was going for some points right there.
GT Lion confirmed can't return to the race. As a AI car, his car, I believe, will be disqualified, so everyone behind him, for technically a position up.
Yeah, it's such a shame for GT Lion, and really another race where he's not going to get points, but it wasn't his fault. You know, the start of Spain wasn't his fault, and then a connection issue, that's not really your fault, I don't think. Especially,
No.
I don't think this lobby is perfect. There's been a bunch of disconnects. There's been a little bit of lag, so I don't think that was even GT's connection. But SPM, he's going to try and get back up to the front right here. Oh, he's going to eat up Rizzy right here. He is going to get right by him, it looks like.
Yeah, lap 11 mediums, that's when I think both of us pitted. You don't have a lot of grip left in those tires.
No. Yeah, and Rizzy gonna try maybe one last Hail Mary right here before SPM goes off into the sunset.
Ooh,
Yep,
oh,
yep, I called it. Yep. A little aggressive
I don't
by
think
Rizzy.
he had the grip to stop in time, honestly.
That sucks for
Makes
SPM.
SPM lose some time, yeah.
Rockstar right there on him. Yeah, that was a little egregious.
Rizzy goes in.
Yeah, does he have wing damage, or is he just gonna go on strategy? I think he's gonna do the strategy. He has not made a pit stop. What does he put on here? Probably hards.
You gotta go hards.
Obviously,
now.
yeah, obviously hards.
Yeah, he's getting the hards, no wing change.
Okay.
1.8 seconds on the fresher hards for SPM. But don't discount Rockstar and D'Angelo, who are both within DRS of each other.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that SPM now, he's got Rockstar within DRS of him, and that tap by Rizzy really costed SPM a ton of time. And Ben Swerven, he's going to have to make a pit stop, but SPM is in a very vulnerable position if he can't pull away from Rockstar and D'Angelo.
Big winners and losers at this time in the race. Dirt Shark up 12 and having already pitted.
Wow.
Is the big winner right now. Ben Swerven up 6, yet to pit. Turkey Whacker up 10 positions. F&D Cakes with his drive-through and penalties, and in last currently the big loser at 13, unfortunately. He had a good race. Quite a few laps to still put something back together.
It's been chaos, and there's more chaos right here. A little bumping and banging right there. Fire up flow, Turkey Whacker into the Latify corner, and Turkey Whacker's got that position.
Right ahead of PVW, who also deserves a shout out for being up 6.
As he goes into the pits.
He's pitting. Right. Got it.
So GT, he is not in the race right now. The AI will serve as penalty for him. That's very nice, and it looks like they will put on the hard tires for him. But like I said, not in the race. He disconnected, so he will not be getting any points.
SPM got within DRS of Ben Swerven. Does SPM have a nickname between you and TJ?
Yeah, we thought of one. We're not going to share it, though. Do you need to figure that one out? No, you don't.
I don't know if I want to.
You're not registering. Yeah, no, you don't. You don't have to say it. Just, I don't know if we're on the same page here, but, anyways, Jello, as we call him, he's in P4, and he's gonna. Man, this would be a great day for D'Angelo after everything that's happened to him. Qualifying, getting disqualified for something that was not his fault. He's
really not
up there.
His fault at all.
No, and he's looking for some good points right here, and he needs it with how close the championship fight is right now.
Rockstar's been right there all race. D'Angelo has been gaining on him. I think we should stay on board to see if he could get a move done this lap.
Yeah, real quick, Gottney Weeb and Turkey Whacker continuing to play leapfrog with each other. Gottney Weeb getting that P8, not the race that we expect from Gottney Weeb, especially when he's tied for second in points.
No. Question: if you're SPM here, are you in a rush to get past Ben Swerven?
Well, I mean, you got Rockstar and D'Angelo, who are about to go side by side right here, because D'Angelo has DRS on Rockstar, and I think he's got better straight line speed. Maybe not making the move right here, but SPM, he's going to have to get by Ben. Ben is now holding him up. He is right on his rear wing, so yeah, I think he needs to get by him right here.
Turkey disconnected, looking for an invite when you get a chance, by the way.
Okay.
SPM Looks like he going on the outside.
Oh!
I don't have him. Oh,
safety car. Well, that's a good time to get him one.
Wow.
Yeah, that's huge.
Who is it? What happened?
Can you check real quick? I got to get Mr. Whacker back in here. You guys get to see all my friends' names. You're just writing them down. This is what, the third time today I've. And the worst part is, like, you see, like, I've got so many of them on my list, and I have to find one of them. And of course, Turkey's probably at the where is he?
It may have been Erect, as he has a pretty good big gap towards the bottom. I don't see any cars crashed. Maybe a car pitting for wing could give us insight into what happened there. Safety car laps surely going over now.
Can you try and get him an invite?
Who? Turkey?
Yeah, Turkey.
I don't have him on my list, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Ben Swervin, 15 lap old hards. It's a little early, but do you take the cheap stop here?
Why did Ben not pit that last time? I mean, this is literally like, well, okay, so the mediums would be going 14 laps, so that is pushing it, but like, I think you got to pit here. Like, here's the thing: the mediums, I think they can go 14 laps, and keep in mind you do have a couple of laps under safety car. You're right, so it's really you only have 12 laps on the mediums, which is kind of pushing it. But if you get a puncture, then that's just bad luck. I think at that point, I think Ben really should have made his pit stop right there, because you're going to have to pit either way, right? And if he's pitting under green, he's going to lose all that track position, versus if he pits right now, he goes to the back, but he's still with everybody else, and he can still make some overtakes happen. So, and FND Cake's rookie mistake, quarter cutting under safety car.
He's trying to catch them all, penalty-wise. Erect getting a new wing. Looks like that gap did tell the story. Matt Roofer also pit, but that may have just been for tires for a scrub set of hards.
Yeah, and really,
I think this plays, not that he needs the help right now, this plays perfectly into SPM's hands. Gets to conserve those hards a little bit. He gets to stay out, and surely they should last the rest of the race.
And we do have somebody coming into the pits. Got any weave? Interesting. Into the pits right here. Did he get wing damage, or is he trying? He may be trying something different because he is in the midfield. Okay, let's see what he does here. Yep, wing change. So he's going to put on the 6-lap-old medium tires. Yeah, and Ferrari, just a disaster.
Not what you want.
Stack up there. No. Both Ferraris.
We are thinking of the scrub mediums? Question.
Yeah, that sums it up.
Well, just a tough break for Weeb. You don't really have an option there tire-wise. If anything, you go on the softs, but either way, you're going to have to stop again. And as you know very well yourself, the game doesn't always give you the tire you want. So, tough break for Weeb. Once again, I think he was involved in incident. Maybe that was the sprint race, but earlier on in the evening.
Yeah, just a messy race. I think that's a good way to put it. There's been incidents. There's been a lot of disconnections. So I think we'll have to check up on that afterwards, because this is a little ridiculous. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Like, this many people should not be disconnecting. Yeah, this isn't an individual problem. This is a lobby problem. But
there's a common denominator amongst the disconnects.
Yep, I won't get into that any further. Yep, but I think that's just kind of proving the point. You know, let the jury see that one. They've seen enough. But I think we should go back underway here. We've been under safety car for a few laps now, and we'll see if the safety car comes in. The safety car still has not come in, so I don't know if there's been times where it does where you get the notification right here. But I do think we will get one more lap.
Abu Dhabi, inconsistent safety car going in track.
Man, we can just go on and on with these metaphors, these what you call it? These hinting at things and not actually saying what we are implying.
There's layers to this.
Layers, lots of layers.
like onions and ogres.
Wait a minute. Are the Ferraris both back in again? What? You can't make this up.
Oh.
You cannot make this up.
Well, Weeb wants to get back under the hards, which
what?
Good call, because those can last in the race, and he loses not as much time in the grand scheme of things as if he stayed on the mediums and pit under green. So I agree with that call. I'm not sure what Fireflow's doing. He's on the mediums now. He's getting the real Ferrari strategy. Maybe he had damage and didn't have a choice also. I don't know. Anyone else? Anyone else want to pit again? F&D case getting back up to the pack. I think surely safety car in this lap, right?
Yeah, for sure. And nobody should question that this game is not realistic. Both Ferraris pitting again, like, come on.
We started the evening with a 10-lap sprint. And with the safety car probably going in this lap, as it does, pretty early, we finished tonight on another 10-lap sprint.
Huh. That's a good way of putting it, actually.
Poetic.
Yeah, and keep in mind, so Ben Swerven has not made a pit stop yet. If we get a safety car again, this will be huge because he can put on the soft tires and be right there in the mix for the victory.
Yeah, Ben really banking it on having another safety car here. As everyone probably knows, you do have to pit for a second compound tire under dry conditions. And it's getting pretty late into that hard stint. I think he may have missed a chance not pitting under the safety car, but who knows? Anything can happen as they get back to green.
He does get a good start on SPM. SPM kind of going in the same place he did before, but we are back underway right here. The top two getting away from Rockstar and D'Angelo. Main Wainwright right behind them.
Oh!
Oh no!
Ben Swerven got on the gas, and those cold, old, hard tires came back to bite him. Tough.
Yeah.
Could have been quite the strategy play. It was quite the gamble. The gamble did not pay off.
Whoa! Fire Up Flow trying the outside. Well, he might get a good run here, but yeah, Ben Swerven, man, just almost. Like I said, if he got a safety car, he would have been in prime position to maybe win the race. But Fire Up Flow, erect, going for that spot. Look at this choo-choo train down into turn 6 and 7.
SPM already gapping a second.
That's a spin. Not enough room there. Erect going around. PVW, Matt Roofer, Charles. Man, I cannot keep up with this. Like, Abu Dhabi sprint and feature just gets you going. Lots of entertainment.
Gets the people going.
Who does, really? This is just chaos. I mean, really. Like, D'Angelo. Okay, so he's right there on Rockstar.
He is. He has been gaining, and he looks like he has more pace. They're both on 12-lap old hards. Riding his bumper. Maybe tries to make a move into turn 5. I think you wait and try and use the DRS straights to your advantage. He also has more battery than Rockstar.
Yep, he's going to try and get something to work here in turn 5. A good overtaking spot. Will he do it? No.
A great overtaking spot. He does not send it.
He got a good exit.
Battery's going for it on the first DRS.
He's got to get him right here.
Oh, there's no DRS yet, though. I forgot. I think it's 2 or 3 laps after safety car it gets enabled.
Oh.
And we're not there.
Big lockup right there as we have a ton of cars right here in the midfield. Going down into turn 6 and 7, the chicane. GT Lion getting passed by PVW. Contact. Fire Up Flow trying to get that position. And they are side by side for that spot. So what's Fire Up Flow going to do right here? He got by GT. PVW going defensive and contact. Contact. And Fire Up Flow is around. He's out of the race.
Oh, this... will this bring out the safety car? It does.
Oh.
This would have been... Oh, Ben Swerven.
Oh, man, I feel so
Just
bad for him. Are you kidding? Like I said, this was perfect, and he made a mistake. Oh, that sucks. That sucks, man. Like,
what's the saying? Like, a penny late, dollar short.
Something like that. Something like that.
A pit early, a safety car too late. That's how the cookie crumbles for him, and it's not great. All the leaders going into the pits for softs, I would assume. The main Wayne staying out on 14-lap-old hards with quite a few cars behind him to create a gap. Rizzy look who it is. Rizzy. 8-lap-old hards, P4. Interesting.
You know what's even more interesting? Look at Dirk Shark up here. He's taking a major risk right here because he was not towards the front. But when you're on 14-lap-old hard tires and you have guys like Rockstar, D'Angelo, Gottany Weave, your title contenders, all on fresh softs, and like, man, he is banking on some sort of chaos in the midfield. Or he's thinking,
really
you know what,
is.
I'm going to get by main Wayne, I'm going for this win. Is Turkey Whacker not in here?
He's not. He's asking how to join session, through Origin or through EA Friends. My eyes on this restart are going to be on SPM. I want to see what he can do with those fresh soft tires with, again, layers of hard tires ahead of him. We got the 8-lap-old runners, Rizzy, PBW, and then the 14-plus crowd of Main Wayne, Dirt Shark, and Turkey.
Yeah.
Who's not actually Turkey as of now, so that could also cause some complications.
Right, and that's what I was about to get into, the fact that he's not in here, and I did try and find him. I don't have him. I don't know how I don't have him on my list. I'm literally the silver class coordinator, and I invite him every week, but this game just proving once again it's not perfect. Let's just put it that way. But that's huge though, because like, look, like if he's not in the game, what is that going to do for everybody behind him? How is his AI car going to get up to speed? Rizzy, these soft tire runners, because this is going to be maybe the most insane restart of the season. I'm not trying to, like, you know, get viewership or hype this up. Like, this is going to be insane, Jabbar. Like, seriously, like, look at this.
Yeah.
Like, this doesn't make any sense. This is going to be absolute madness.
And can those 9-lap-old hard guys get around the AI of Turkey? AI not that quick, but really aggressive and unpredictable defensively. Could be a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, and we'll have to see if the safety car comes in this lap. We will find out around turn 9. That's typically where it has... Man, look at this camera shot. I love this view down the back straight where you can see all the cars warming up their tires, except for Kimi Räikkönen. He's there somewhere.
This cameraman's a real absolute animal.
He really is. You know what we need? We need the camera shots from Spain, where you had the camera shots from the ground, and TJ and I, we were going yum 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 as the cars would go by.
And like you said, turn 9, safety car in this lap.
Yep, so Main Wayne will get to dictate this restart. We've seen SPM ahead in the previous couple of restarts. He went out of turn 15. That's where I've noticed he's been accelerating. We will see where Main Wayne goes, but he's got a hungry Shark right behind him.
Main Wayne, Dirt Shark, no slouches as drivers.
No.
Often on these restarts, the car that stays on a lot of laps is some guy making a crazy gamble, as myself I have done before. But these guys are pretty good, so I want to see what they can get out of these old tires.
Let's take a look. Main Wayne checks up a little bit. He is not put up the throttle. Yep, he's going right where I basically went yesterday. We are back underway, and he gets a good launch on Dirk Shark. Dirk Shark getting a good jump on Turkey Whacker right here. Rizzy trying to go by him for P3. The soft tire runner's not close enough yet. We'll have to see. We have not seen many overtakes. SPM is going to be aggressive. Oh, why would you do that?
Oh, no!
Oh, SPM, why would you do that? Oh, and he's out of the race. That was never going to work.
Turn 2 is not the turn you want to be doing.
Man, that almost makes me mad. Like, why would you... Man, that sucks. He had such a good race.
He got greedy.
He dominated.
On those soft tires.
Man, he dominated, but now, I don't know who's going to win now. Rockstar is the first guy on soft tires right here, ahead of D'Angelo.
For everyone that bet under 30 seconds lead, cash your bets now.
Yes.
I hate to see that. I was really excited to see what he could do. And now I think it's up to Rizzy. Oh, Rizzy dives Turkey's AI, which you kind of have to do sometime. The AI switches back on him, swerving, drifting through turn 9 as Rizzy can take the spot back.
Yeah, I'm glad they all got by his AI quickly and cleanly, but yeah, man, his AI, knowing what it's doing.
This is huge for Rockstar, who has been right there.
Oh, he just wrecked him! He just wrecked him! What is going on?
Was that...
That was D'Angelo. He's going to get a penalty for that. He didn't slow down for him. He ran into the back of him and just said, nope, you're going off the track.
I was going to say, Rockstar has had such a good day following behind... Oh!
Whoa, what's happened now? And all the championship contenders going around this Dirt Shark!
This is playing right into D'Angelo's hands.
What?
The man who was down but not out early is up.
I mean, are we like... is this the Demolition Derby? Am I missing something? Are we purposely trying to drive as stupid as possible? Like...
We accidentally opened up a lobby of Wreckfest.
No, this is ridiculous. Like, how many championship contenders are just going to just do this? And Rockstar, he's got a penalty, like...
Ignoring yellow flag. I didn't even see a yellow flag.
This is something.
Things go bad to worse for Rockstar. That's... I don't know. I just have sympathy for half the grid right now.
I don't. Everyone's screwing up. You gotta stop, like... Seriously, like, why are you trying to dive it into turn 2 when there's not 2 cars that can go into there? SPM was, like, more than a car length back. Like
SPM got greedy. He had the soft...
Really?
He had the new softs. He knew he could make an overtake, but that's just not the curb to do it on.
Why? Like, not just that, but, like, I mean, everyone's spinning out. Like, come on, guys. Like, it's just, man.
I don't...
Wrecking each other, like...
You said everyone's making mistakes. I don't think Rockstar has made a mistake all day. It seems like... I didn't see it happen. You claim he may have been taken out, which sucks.
Oh, yeah.
D'Angelo should probably get the lead in the next 2 straights, if not turn 5. But... might have a talking with the stewards later. Sir Charles, after honestly, we have not said anything good about Sir Charles all day. He's struggled, but he's up in P4 on the advantageous compound. This is looking to be a big bounce back for Charles if he can finish this race.
Yeah, Charles really needed a good run today. He's in P4 right now, and the former silver driver from a couple of seasons, and he's making his debut golden season. Like you said, hasn't been the best start, but he is making the most of this race and all the chaos that has happened. Oh, and F&D Cakes, he just ran into the back of Turkey Whacker. He's got no wing. Oh my gosh, did we take out the brake pedals of these cars?
Shout out to F&D Cakes for still racing after everything that's happened, but that's tough. Was it him and not braking? Did the AI maybe brake check him?
Oh, all I saw was that he hit the back of him. He's going to go into the pits right here, but yep, step right up. Who wants to wreck somebody else next?
Another
Who wants
penalty.
to be the next? Yeah, that was going into the pits too. Step right up.
As he retires.
Step right up. Who wants to be next? Ben Swervin, do you want to be the next contestant on How to Drive Stupid?
Current big winner, Sir Charles, up 11 spots.
Swervin.
Roofer up 8.
Will he hit the brakes? He does. Clean racing right here.
Weeb fastest lap.
Yeah.
If he can... GTR is disqualified. Turkey's disqualified. That should promote him 2 spots. If he can get past someone else. I know he's quite a bit back though.
Oh, been swerving.
Swerving, big move.
Yep, sent it in there in the chicane. Erect right behind him. Does not get a good exit out of turn 7. Here's Ben Swervin trying to make it happen on Turkey Whacker's AI. Let's see what happens. Man, Turkey Whacker's
That
AI
AI
doing some defending. Yeah. Good
That AI is also on 25 lap-old hards. That's no bot can do that. No botty.
But, so did Turkey pit on the first lap? Does he have a pit stop? Because
he's doing a reverse album in Australia.
Yeah, no kidding.
Sir Charles now within DRS range of Rizzy on the fresher tires. 2 laps to go. Wow, I'm rooting for Charles here. Biased in the booth. Sorry, but I want to see him get on the podium. That would be a nice bounce back.
That's going to be a wreck. That's going to be a wreck. Oh, Turkey Whackers. His AI saves it. Erect had to check up. That was just too close for comfort right there. Yeah, Charles, man, like you said, he has had a great race. He's on the better tires. He could be getting a podium.
He fell out of a second, but he did get the DRS within the detection zone. See Rizzy with a big battery advantage, 40 to 10 percentage-wise. Charles, no DRS on the second straight. That's going to hurt him with a lap and a half or so to go.
Jesus. All right, that's another wreck. Erect has gone around. Turn 7, Turkey and him made contact. Back up to the front. We got D'Angelo pulling away. We'll see if he gets a penalty after the race for basically just dumping Rockstar, but we'll see what happens there.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what the severity of the punishment. He does have 3 seconds, which is noteworthy.
Yeah.
A 3-second gap, I should say.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's true. So
and he's expanding it. If 5 seconds is a common time penalty, he could still gap that. Main Wayne on the 21 lap old hards.
Main Wayne, he does a good job with strategy. I have noticed that he is always willing to take a risk, and a lot of times it works out for him. He's up here holding his own on these very old hard tires, and he looking like he's going to get another podium here.
These softs are no spring chicken either, though. They're 7 laps old, going to be 8. A few of those on a safety car, but those don't have a lot more life left in them, I don't think.
Erect has retired in the pits, so now we are going to have 11, maybe 10 people, depending on Turkey status. 10 people finishing this race because GT Lion disconnected, Turkey Whacker disconnected. That's insane. 10 people finishing a race, and oh, what's happened to? Oh, Ben Swerven has crashed. No wing.
You know, Ben Swerven, ambitious drive today. Not with the result he may have wanted, but as of now, well, with the disconnections, he would finish in the points regardless. So, not a bad finish in the end. And took some real risks. Fun to see.
For the last point spot.
AI Turkey goes on the outside.
All right. So, the
Rizzy has pulled away from Charles.
Yeah, and I want to note, like, I don't know, like, he's probably just really gotten into a groove right here because he's pulled away from Charles, and he has pulled a gap on Main Wayne. He's going to be right there.
I think we reached an inflection point between the 16-lap hards, the 8-lap softs, and the 22-lap hards, where Rizzy has the preferred tire now.
All right. Let's see if he can get it done.
The gaps are letting it show. That's Ben Swerven retiring in the pits, so he's foregoing whatever reserve points he may have gotten.
Yeah, such a shame. He was close to winning this race. He just made a mistake right before the safety car came out. But now for P2, Rizzy on Main Wayne, he's got it.
He's got it. Main Wayne, not done yet. But it looks like he's going to make it stick. Both drivers, 5% battery, too.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that, but talk about a comeback. It's been a rough stretch for D'Angelo, our points leader. He won the first 3 of 4 races, and he will win another one. He comes off the final corner. D'Angelo wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, round 8. Rizzy P2, Main Wayne P3, so the hard tires paid off for them. Sir Charles P4. How about Matt Roofer finishing up there in P5? Some good, well-needed points for him. Rockstar, oh no, Dirk Shark. Oh, he was going for the position. He's got to get to the finish line here. Get back on the throttle. Oh, man, no, come on, get to the line. Oh, that was close. I think Turkey got him.
I don't think Turkey got back in, so it might not matter for Dirt Shark. Wow, what did we just watch?
I don't know if I should be happy, if I should be embarrassed. Like, that was, no, trust me, that was awesome, but that was some of the worst driving I've ever seen. Like, that was sloppy. That was just, really, I mean, like, was there anybody that didn't screw up at some point? Like, I don't think there is.
Some unforced errors, some just unwarranted errors.
Unbelievable.
Well, that was something. I don't know what it was, but it was something.
Yeah.
It was fun, though.
It was.
No matter what that was.
This is the best. It got to be the best race we've had in TCR all season. Like, just from the chaos.
Best is a strong word, but entertaining, sure.
Okay, yeah. No, that's a good point. Yeah, because there were too many driver errors, too many just reckless mistakes, and I will ask D'Angelo just about the contact with Rockstar, and just because he did have a lot of time to back off. Like, he was right. You get what I'm saying? Like, he was right on Rockstar, and he closed in and hit him. Like, he didn't really make an effort to not hit him. So, yeah. Hey, D'Angelo, after everything that happened in qualifying, he's going to get the most points today out of everybody. That's a great drive, a great thing for his championship, because look, none of his contenders finished towards the front besides Rockstar, who finished in 4th.
Yeah, that's huge for him. That's going to help his case. I'm trying to get the drivers into the lobby right now. I got really worried I might be adding the wrong people on accident.
Yeah.
While we wait for the drivers to file in, I got an email at work that I won a raffle for box seats, only to get a follow-up email that they send that to everyone. So, having thought I won, it really hurt to know that I wasn't the winner. So that's what I feel like an inadvertent invite to the party might feel like. So I was worried about that. I could sympathize.
Yes. So that was quick. We have all three of our podium guys here. So I suppose that we should get on with this. So let's begin. Main Wayne, we'll start with him. He finished in P3. You decided to first of all, everyone make sure your voices can be heard. Just make sure the setting is on for that. But Main Wayne, you were one of the people that stayed out on the hard tires at the end. 23 laps on the hard tires. What were those tires like at the finish? Yeah, just really interesting to see you take the tires that long, and just with all the chaos, it seemed like you had a pretty clean race compared to just about everybody else. What did you think you had to do to just survive? Because it seemed like there were wrecks just everywhere you looked. For sure. So, Jabbar, any questions for Main Wayne?
Yeah, I've got two questions. The first question, when it came to that safety car, were you dead set on staying out, or were you considering going for the softs? Like, give me a split, 50-50? Yeah, look, it in the end it paid off. So gutsy call that worked in your advantage. The second follow-up question: have you seen the movie Bambi? Did the hard tires with that many laps feel like Bambi walking on ice? You heard it here first. Thank you. Congratulations on the podium. Oh, they couldn't hear Wayne. Well, okay, sorry. Change your settings for future podiums. Basically, to recap what Wayne said, he said he was 90-10, 90% staying on the hards. He has seen Bambi, and that is how the hard tires felt.
It's a good way to put it. So now we move on to P2, which is Rizzy, and man, this could not have come at a better time for you in the points, and just in general, it was an up and down race for you, but you managed to get back up to the front. You also stayed out on the hard tires. Just, I don't know, just talk about like how you were able to go from the back to the front like that.
Yeah, it was definitely an up and down race, for sure. My teammate definitely got it worse off than me. He was pretty much toast from the beginning because of just some game bugs. But just with all of the safety cars, I decided to stay out on the first one. I didn't think people were going to actually pit, as I just went to second, and then everybody behind me pit. So I thought I kind of threw my race away there. But then the other safety cars kind of allowed me back into the race, and then deciding to stay out at the end was really just because I had pretty fresh hard tires still. I was only at like 20%, and I knew those softs were going to go off at the end like Charles did when he was trying to chase me down. And then I got lucky getting Wayne there at the end with his dead hards. So
Yeah, and now that we're halfway through the season, I'm just curious as to like what kind of goals you have for the rest of the season. Like, are you trying to finish anywhere in points? Do you want certain podiums? Like, what's your focus?
my main focus is probably just continuing with some good points. I know we're trying to climb our way up the constructors a little bit, and I think we'll make our way up 2 positions this race. I would like to try to finish in the top 10 or 8 on points, if I can by the end. I didn't have the best start to the season, but hopefully I have some good races towards the back half as I like some of these tracks at the end. So
Yeah, absolutely. Jabbar, any questions for our second place finisher?
Yeah, I've mentioned it. I think I mentioned it in the podcast and during the race today. You've had very impressive qualifying results that haven't translated to the race very well thus far, but you're here today. What do you attribute to that? Do you think this is something you're going to be able to keep up moving forward? Talk us through that, and I was also wondering how close you were to pitting at that last safety car.
yeah, so Italy was definitely a heartbreak for me. Almost getting pole and then qualifying second, but then finishing out of the top 5. Qualifying's always been sort of my stronger point. My consistency in the race is what I need to really work on. So I'm really happy to come away with the second place today. But in terms of the last pit stop there, I thought about it, so I'd give it maybe 25% chance of pitting, but I was pretty dead set on staying out and just getting that track position, especially with a couple of disconnects around me, and I was struggling to get around them. I really just didn't want a chance having to make too many more overtakes.
Cool. And yeah, you had the fresher tires compared to Main Wayne, which I think may have been the difference to getting P2 over P3. Congratulations on the podium. I would also want to bring up, you mentioned that your teammate was toast. He's in fact cakes. I know they look similar sometimes, but not quite.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, sorry, got that wrong. He was more of a overcooked cake there, that race.
You may have been using a toast or platinum driver.
Yeah, there we go.
Nevertheless, congratulations on P2. Good drive.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, so now we transition to our winner, D'Angelo. It's good to see you back on the top step of the podium. It's been a little bit after a little bit of a rough stretch the past few weeks, but you were able to win today, which I think is great considering you got disqualified during the qualifying session for something that wasn't your fault. You were able to go all the way up into the points there for the sprint race, and then you win today. It was a lot more complicated than that, I'm sure. But just how does it feel?
Yeah, it feels really nice after those 3 rough races in Great Britain, so Silverstone, and Spain, and then Monza. Yeah, it feels great. I was doing pretty good in qualifying, had P4, and then on my final lap, I just kind of lost the car in turns 2 and 3, and it just parked me on the pit exit, and I was waiting for Matt Roofer to go by, so I didn't hit him, and then it just disqualified me, and I got kind of pissed. But then the sprint race, all the sprint race was to get into the top 10, and then all that
You
happened.
did that by sector 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got an absolute launch off the line, and it just carried me. And then I had a lot of pace in both the feature race and the sprint race, and the sprint race carried me all the way up to P4. And then the race was the feature race was pretty difficult because I actually Rockstar made a little bit of contact with me at the start. I had the inside, but he made a little contact, kind of half spun, and then had some safety car mix-ups with it was either one of the Alpines, but yeah, I had to come to a complete stop, and 4 cars went by me, so I didn't get a penalty, so that was kind of rough. And then had to deal with GTR's AI car, who half spun me on the loopy corner in at the start of sector 3, so that was fun. So yeah, faced a lot of adversity tonight, and I'm just really proud that I was able to get to the top step of the podium once again, and hopefully I can continue this down the road.
Yeah, and the fact that none of the championship contenders really finished up there with you. The closest guy was Rockstar in P4. So, what do you got to do here in these last 5-6 races or whatever to just hold on to that championship lead and not go into another rough stretch?
I think it's more so to do with practice than anything. Even this week, I didn't really practice as much as I probably should have, but I still ended up coming out on top. So I was really proud about that. But I think practice for the next 3 races, I think we go to, is it Singapore next, I think?
Singapore is next.
Correct.
Yeah, so Singapore traditionally has been a pretty decent track. I usually can overtake there, which is something you don't see every day. So maybe if I can get a good qualifying lap and just have good race pace, we'll be able to take that one home. Unfortunately, Tebow could not be here tonight, so didn't get a lot as many constructor points as I would have hoped, but well, we do increase our constructors lead, which is very nice.
Yeah. All right, Jabbar, any last questions here for D'Angelo before we wrap this show up?
Yes, D'Angelo, congratulations on the win. That lap 1, or lap 1, maybe 2 of the sprint race, incredible drive. I would like to see the video of that later on. Just see
it's rendering right now.
see you overtaking all those cars. You mentioned, I think it was on the feature race, lap 1, you made a little contact with Rockstar. I have to ask, it looked like you made a little contact with him towards the end. Would you like to comment on that?
Yeah, I would. I mean, it sucks that we made contact, but I feel like because I wasn't lifting at all through that corner that we made contact, and he lifted, and I had no time to react to hit the brakes as fast as I could. I literally had no time. So unfortunately for him, I just touched the rear of his car, and it just sent him flying into the wall. Luckily, it didn't ruin his race. He came back to P4, like you said. But in the end, I don't really feel like I was at fault because he lifted and I didn't have to lift. But if he puts up a incident submission, I'll post my video as well and put my opinion on it, and we'll see what the stewards think from there.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see it myself, but it could be an impactful thing. So just curious, but nevertheless, incredible drive, strong pace throughout the night. Congrats on the win.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. So, Jabbar, any final thoughts from? I don't even know what to call this. Like race, demo
the
derby,
Abu Dhabi Golden Grand Prix.
Well, yeah.
Final thoughts. I mean, we said it. Like it was kind of a mess. Like there aren't many coherent thoughts to make on the race. I think for better or worse, sit back, enjoy the spectacle, and shame what happened to SPM. He was putting on a show with his pace early on. D'Angelo, was it last to first, or maybe Charles was disqualified before you got disqualified? All those overtakes throughout the 39 laps we got to witness tonight. Fun night, fun racing.
Yeah, for sure. And the fun only continues because we have one more race this week. The Platinum class will be on tomorrow night, same time, 8:45 Eastern, the sprint race and the full feature. So if you liked what you saw, if you loved all the chaos, we do have another race of that tomorrow. We have Blue Machine back in the booth for that, and I believe Turkey Whacker will be joining him. So Turkey doing a triple duty this week, racing silver, racing golden, and he'll be commentating tomorrow. So besides that, next week...
Triple header.
Yes, the triple header.
Ever seen a three-headed turkey?
Well, it is almost turkey season, so that I guess that makes sense. But next week is Singapore round 9 for the silver class, golden class, and platinum class. But for now, I am Cam DeLuca. That has been Chabar, and we will see you next week in Singapore.
Signing off.